Jai Hind all of you. I am Manish Kumar, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Ajay Garg Engineering College. So today my second topic that I am going to deliver today is on the basics of input and output streams in Java. Basically, I will discuss about input and output streams in Java. Okay. So today I just give you the brief idea about how we will do input and output using the streams. That is, we know that the class stream class is input and output streams, and if we want to do some input and output on the console screen, so how we will do that, using what methods, what functions, how we will create the objects of those classes, right? What are the predefined functions, that I will brief you today in this lecture. Okay. So input output streams in Java, right? So first of all, we should know what does this mean, stream. So actually in Java this we will treat it as a flow of data. Java treats flow of data as a stream, right? So what is this flow of data? So the data is coming from some input device, right? And we are going output to any of the output device. Okay. So as we know that there are a lot of input devices. For example, we will use to give input via keyboard, via mouse, right? The data will be read from the memory, from any disk, from any network. So these all can be termed as an input. Okay. So here this input stream will work. Okay. And Java program will take that input stream and it will generate an output stream, and the output will be taken by some screen. That screen will show some output, right? My printer is an output device, so we can take output from a printer. Memory, we will going to write some content in memory, okay, on some disk, to some other network, right? So this Java program will communicate via these streams. So we have an input stream and an output stream. Okay. So it means that Java streams is of two types: input stream and output stream. Input stream and output stream. These are the two types. Okay. And there is a package called as java.input-output package, java.io package, that will contain large number of stream classes that will support the concept of streams. Okay. As I have told you that Java is object oriented programming language. So here we will have number of classes available, and under those classes there are number of methods which are available. So we just need to know what class we have to use and what methods we are going to use. Okay. So for Java streams, the Java file will take an input stream and generate an output stream. Okay. And those streams, that stream class will that package that contains in a package, that is java.input-output, java.io. So while making the program of this stream, we have to import this package, import java.input-output. Here import Java, we will write a command like this, import java.io, like this. We can use this. It will include all the classes that were contains in this stream. Okay. Now, so how this input and output stream will work, you can see diagrammatically easily. As in a previous diagram, we have shown that the Java program will take stream, input stream, and will generate some output stream. Okay. Now similarly, you can see that we have a source from where this input stream is coming. So here it is input stream, and our program will read that stream with the help of that stream. It means that what we are going to do, we have classes, we will make the object of that class, and with the help of that object we are going to do some input function or some output function. Okay. Similarly, so this is how reading a data into a program and writing a data to a program. So we have a program, okay, and this program will generate some output. That output stream will work as an interface and will give that output to that particular source, as we have seen in the previous diagram. Output may be a memory, output may be a printer, output may be any file. Okay. So Java classes for input output stream. So for that we have to know about what are the different Java classes. So input output stream classes in Java will get what it is. We know that this is a package. Okay, java.input, we need to import this package. Okay, that will contain large number of stream classes. Why we need those large number of stream classes? Because that those classes will contain number of functions, number of methods. Okay, so to process all types of data. So we have basically these two classes, byte stream classes and character stream classes. Okay, so you will you can see with the name suggests that byte. It means that this class will support all the input output operations on bytes. Okay, and this character stream class will support all handling input output operations on characters. Especially for characters we have a different class, and for bytes we have different class. So byte stream class and character stream class. So you can see the taxonomy here with the help of this hierarchical diagram, that all above there is a Java stream class, and we have divided the Java stream class into two, as we have seen here. This is number one, byte stream class, and number two is character stream class, right? So see, this is byte stream class and character stream class. Under this byte stream class we have a subclass input stream class and output stream class, because what operations we have to going to perform, we are going to read some file from we are going to read from a file, we are going to read from some memory, or we are going to read from some network, right? So this input stream class. And what output stream? Output stream is just going to display something on a screen, to save something in memory, to transfer something to another network. Okay, so from memory, from file, from pipe, from one network to another network. Okay, and for output stream, to memory, to file, to pipe, right? And for this character stream, similarly there are two classes, reader class and writer class. Under this reader class, what reader class is doing? Reading from some memory location, reading from one file. So we are reading something from one file and writing to another file. Okay, we can use this method also, character by character, right? Right, students? So we have input stream class and output stream class when we are going to use this byte stream, and when we are going to use this character stream, under that we have a subclass reader class and writer class. Okay, so you have to just keep in mind this hierarchical taxonomy of Java stream classes. So now see, the Java input class will have this file input stream, piped input stream, filter input stream, byte array input stream, sequence input stream, string buffer input stream, object input stream. Matlab, what we are going to do, we just want to, we are going to create an object of this particular class. So under this input stream, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these are the sub classes, we can say that. So what we are going to do, we are just we are going to declare an object of such class. And under this file in filter input stream, we have a line number input stream, data input stream, buffer input stream, pushback input stream, check input stream, cipher input stream, digest, infiltrate, progress, monitor input stream. So it will depend on the functionality, on the application for which we are using. So accordingly we will use a particular class. Okay, and the path goes from this input stream. This input stream will have these classes. Okay, so this input stream class, what these input stream classes will do? So these classes were used to read 8-bit bytes. Okay, 8-bit bytes, and supports a number of input related methods, right? Input stream will support input related methods, and now next we are going to see output stream. Then what output stream will do? Output stream will do some output related method. So what are those methods? What work we are going to perform? using these input stream. So what if we are going to reading bytes? This is an operation. Closing streams, marking positions in a stream where we are in the stream, है ना? Skipping ahead in the stream. We want to skip something and move forward, move backward. Finding the number of bytes in a stream, how many bytes are there, and there are a lot of operations that we will perform using these classes, and these classes have some predefined methods, and these operations will be performed with the help of those methods, and for that we have to make the object of that particular class. Okay, so input related methods comes under input stream. Right, now as I am discussing about methods, so these are some methods which we will use that comes under that input stream. Okay, for example, if we want to read a byte from an input stream, then we will use this read method, right? So read an array of byte into B. Okay, this we will read the array, byte type array, another. So there is another, we can say that this is this read is one constructor. Read having one parameter is one constructor. Another constructor, there is a read method will having these three parameters. This is another constructor, parameterized constructor. Okay, so this read method can be used using these three options. So what this third read method will do, it will read m bytes into B, read m bytes and put it into an array starting from nth byte. So from the particular nth byte to m byte, from the nth byte it will read some m bytes, and it will from the given array, and we will perform operations. Well, for a particular length of an given string, we can read using this third constructor. Okay, available method is there. It will give number of bytes available in the input, right? Skip operation, skip function is there, skip method is there. It will skip over n bytes from the input stream, right? We will give some number and it will skip those bytes. Reset method is there. It will goes back to the beginning of the stream. Close is to use to close the input stream. Okay, now for example, data input stream, for this what example is read short, read int. We know that we have already studied that there are number of data types, variations of the integer data type, short, long, int. So for that we can use read short, read int, read long, read float, read UTF, right? Read double, read line, read char, read boolean. Okay, I think most of the students have already used scanner class for inputting. Already you have used, there is one method for inputting that is called scanner class. We will make an object of scanner class like this. So what this object will do, so this is scanner class. So what we will do, how we will do, we will do like this: sc dot, we will use read line. Now we will use the function, for example, read line function like this object, and we will do something like system.in. Okay, previously you have learned about how we use to scanner class is used to input. So this is the basic way, but when you know that when the new version comes, there is some updation comes, so in the some new version, the concept of streams were used for inputting and outputting the file. So this input stream class uses these methods. These are also some methods, data input stream methods, which we can use to input an integer, to input a string. Okay, now how we can use this? For example, for reading bytes, we have these three constructors, as I have told you before. Okay, this is some read default constructor is used. This is single parameterized constructor. This is three parameter constructor. So what happening here is, so we are going to read that length. See, this is byte B of array. This will n, right? from the nth byte we are going to read m bytes. From nth byte we are going to read m bytes, है ना? From the given offset we will going to read that particular length, right? So for closing the stream we will use close, and its return type is void. Here you can see this is a return type. Read return type integer type is a return type, right? Close is return type is void. Finding the number of bytes in a stream, we will use this available method, and its return type is integer, and it will return, this method will return the number of bytes in a given stream, right? If we are going to use a skip, for skipping ahead in a stream, we want to leave some number of bytes, then we will use this skip function who is having return type as long, okay? And we can move in between marking the positions in a stream. So how we are going to mark the positions? Using this mark function. Reset, we can reset. Reset is going to reset the value. It will go to the start of the stream. The pointer will move to the start of the stream. Then there is marks, mark supported boolean. Its return type is boolean, right? So you need to use these functions, one by one, so that what operations we have to perform. Okay. Now output stream. Similarly, we have seen that there is a byte stream. It is divided into two: input stream and output stream. Output, when we are going to perform input related operations, then we will use this input stream. When we are going to perform output related operations, we will use this output stream, right? Similarly, so input supports a number of input related methods. So sorry, output related, it's wrongly written. Output related methods. What output related? We are going to writing the bytes, okay? Closing stream, flushing stream. Flushing means for refreshing, and so there are a number of operations that we perform. See, so we will create the object of this output stream, okay? Then it can be used as like file output stream, piped output stream, buffered output stream, and I have shown you a hierarchy here before. Yes. So for this, just like this input stream, we have number of classes, okay? And correspond to these input stream we have output stream, right? So this will have piped output stream, filter output stream. Filter output stream will have this buffered data pushback output stream, object output stream, byte array output stream, right? Just like file input stream, we have file output stream. Okay? So what are the methods? Just like input output stream have method, read method. Read method, what read method will do? Read method will read the input stream. And what this write method will do? Write method will write some byte from write a byte from the input stream, right? So we have this first constructor of write, second constructor having single parameter, third constructor with this 3 parametric function. Okay, it will write m bytes from array B starting from nth byte. Okay, the close method is all there. Close the output stream. We have used the closing the output stream. Similarly, close the output stream. Flush function flushes the output stream. Flush means refreshing, just like that. Then some of the examples which are there: write short, write int, write long, write float, write UTF, okay? Write double, write line, write char, write boolean. Similarly, just like input stream functions, we have some output stream functions, and these data output streams can be used here. Okay, students. So what will the use of class output stream? Similarly, as just as we seen for input stream, the use input stream read function will read, that is having 3 constructors. Similarly, this byte writing byte is void write, void write, void write. It will having a return type of void. And what we have seen in the read, it is returning an integer type. Okay, closing a stream, simply void close is there, clearing a buffer, void flush is there. Okay, so now second is, first we have, now second is character stream classes. ठीक है. Now character stream class is down. Now this is the character stream class. ठीक है. So I have briefed you about a byte stream class that is divided into two subclasses, input stream and output stream. Input related stream and output related stream. Input stream will read from memory, file, pipe, and we have subclasses for each functionality. Similarly for output stream, and we have those classes will have some functions that we will use. Right. Now if we want to perform operation character by character, then we will use this character stream. Right. For example, if we want to read a character, number of characters from one file and copy it to another file, then what for that we have to use a character stream class. Okay. So character stream class is used to read and write characters. Okay. In stream file stream, what we have studied, input stream and output stream, there we have studied the classes used to read and write streams. Now here we are using characters, and it will support number of input output related methods. Same number of input and output related methods were present in that streams also, byte stream class also, and here also in character stream class. Okay. Similarly, as for byte stream classes, there are two subclasses, input stream and output stream. Similarly we have reader class and writer class. Right. So reader stream class and writer stream class similarly. Okay. And the function remains the same, to read character from files. There we are not using a file, we are using a stream, right, for reading the stream. But here we are reading a character from file. In many ways identical to, as I have already said, there are number of ways in which I can say that it is very identical to input stream classes. That operation performing on bytes. Okay. Here it is character by character. Okay. Writer stream class to write characters into files, and similarly it is very identical, very similar to output stream class. Right. Now for this reader class, they are given a number of subclasses which have number of variety of methods. Right. So reader class have buffered reader class, char array reader, input stream reader, and specifically for input stream reader we have this file reader. Right. Specifically for files we have string reader, pipe reader class, subclass, filter reader, and pushback reader is specifically related to this filter reader. Right. Similarly for writer, this is the writer main class, under which we have buffered reader class, char array writer, filter writer. Okay. Output stream writer is there, string reader is there, pipe writer is there, pipe writer is there, and print writer is there. Okay. So these are the list of important tasks and their classes. So this will help you out when you will write some programs. So this will help you out whenever you want to perform some input operations. So for input operation, which stream you will use? Reader. Right. So character stream use is reader, and byte stream is input stream. Right. For buffering input, we have used, in character stream we have buffered reader class, and in byte stream class we have buffered input class. Right. Keep track of line numbers. We have line number reader in character stream and line number input stream. Reading from an array, if you want to read some characters from an array, so you have to create an object of char array reader class, then you will perform that operation. Byte array input stream. Okay. So you can see here reading from files. If you want to read from files, so you will make an object of file reader class. If you want to perform operation using character stream class. And using this byte stream class, you have to use file input stream. Make an object of file input stream, right? Filtering the input. For filtering input, filter reader. Here it is filter input stream. So there are a lot of identical names, है ना? Pushing back character per byte, push back reader, push back input stream. See, reading from a string reader, you have to make an object of string reader class. And using byte stream, string buffer input stream, right? Reading some primitive type, character stream doesn't have any subclass for it, but this byte stream will have this data input stream. Okay, buffering output for input as well as for output, है ना? So for buffering output, character stream class will have buffered writer class, है ना? So what we have to do, we have to make an object of this buffered writer class. For if we are going to use this byte stream class, then buffered output stream is there. ठीक है? So there are a number of some important tasks and their classes that are represented here. ठीक है? So the takeaway from of this lecture is that you should know this taxonomy, this hierarchy. Okay, so we have on the top Java stream class. Okay, and these stream classes were divided into two subclass, that is byte stream class and character stream class. Then we know that two important operations that we will perform: input related operations and output related operations. So input related and output related operations under this byte stream class will exist. Similarly, identical functions will be done of input and output under this character stream class. Okay, so we have this input stream class, output stream class under this byte stream class, and under this character stream class we have reader class and writer class. Okay, from where we are inputting, from where we are outputting. Accordingly, we will use these tasks, right? And under these, for example, reader stream class will have these subclasses, है ना? Reader writer stream class will have these classes. We have already seen. Okay. So next, what you have to do is, now you have to using this. Now you have to come to know that there are we have lot of classes and lot of methods available under those classes that will perform input and output. So next what you will do, try to do is using these classes, make an object and try to take input or try to read one file and write to another file, right? So thank you. So this I have to brief you about this basic concept, so that you have to follow.